Welcome to Thought for March the 31st. Our readings are Numbers chapter 14, Proverbs chapter 10 and Luke chapter 23. And our thought is, you will be with me in paradise. Today we read of Jesus on the cross. The chief priests and the rulers of the people opposed Pilate's decision to release him, so he gave in and delivered Jesus over to their will. We read in chapter 23, verse 13. He is crucified between two criminals, and one of these derides him, saying, "Are you not the Christ? Save yourselves and us." But the other rebukes him and says, "We are receiving the due reward of our deeds, but this man has done nothing wrong." Verses 39 and 41. Then he makes a request of Jesus, which, together with Jesus' answer, is widely misunderstood. He says, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus says to him, "Truly I say to you today, you will be with me in paradise." Verses 42 and 43. We have quoted exactly as it is in the Bible, in the ESV version, with one little exception. We have put the comma after the word today instead of before it. The original Greek has no punctuation at all, so translators use their own judgment as to how to punctuate the text when rendering it in English or any other language, and nearly all of them get it wrong in this verse. The question the criminal asked indicates he knew the teachings of Jesus, but had turned to bad ways. Maybe he learnt the prayer Jesus taught, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth." Matthew chapter 6 verse 10. The word paradise means a garden, a park. The Garden of Eden was a paradise. The whole world will become the Garden of Eden when Jesus sets up God's kingdom. Jesus promised, "To the one who overcomes, I will grant to eat of the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God." Revelation 2 verse 7. Now it's obvious that Jesus is not referring to heaven when he made this promise. After he came out of the tomb, he said to Mary Magdalene, "I have not yet ascended to the Father." John 20 verse 17. The criminal re-established his relationship with Jesus because of his faith, and for that reason he received this promise of a place in the paradise of God's kingdom. He had remarkable faith in the future that awaited Jesus when the disciples had lost theirs. A closing thought is to note the mistake some make in saying that since this repentant criminal was not baptized, baptism is not essential. They forget that baptism is a symbol of the death and resurrection of Jesus, as Paul makes plain in Romans 6 verse 3 to 8. Baptism became essential after the resurrection of Jesus. Those who only knew the baptism of John had to be rebaptized, as Acts 19 tells us. The whole world is to become a paradise. What wonder awaits all who will be with Jesus then? Will you be with him in paradise? Thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, remembering that they are a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.